Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Things are set up a little bit differently today, so you'll have to excuse me if I'm a little bit all over the place because I've never filmed something like this before. I'm going to be showing you how I have been doing my own acrylic nails. I want to say at the beginning of this video, I am in no way a nail tech. I have no qualifications. I have no certificates. I've done no courses. I simply was desperate in isolation. There was no way I was gonna have ugly looking nails, and I just got to Googling and I found some like do-it-yourself kits online. I went on Amazon, I ordered a few things, and to be honest you guys, I've been getting my nails done in a salon professionally since I was like 16. I've been getting acrylic nails. Got in trouble for having them at school and I've been watching someone do my nails every 3 weeks for like the past 5, 6, 7, 8, a long time. So I've seen the procedure done on myself 1,000 times. I could tell you exactly what they do every single time. And so I just thought, you know what, heck, it's my own nails. If I stuff it up, it's not a big deal. I have looked at a few tutorials online, so I'm not completely clueless and I don't hurt myself. I don't recommend that you guys do this yourself if you aren't qualified. That's not what this video is about. I personally just really like watching people doing their nails. Ever since being in isolation, I've been watching so many videos of people online. I'll link some of my favorites down below. I just find it so like therapeutic, and honestly I've been loving doing my own nails. This is the 3rd time I've ever done an infill on myself, and the past 2 times I just put on a movie, chilled out, and did my nails, and it was like so good. I hate going to a salon, if I'm honest. I hate sitting there. I hate not being able to just like do my own thing. They've got your hands and like, oh, it's just, I don't know. I just don't like the salon experience anyway. Maybe that's just me, but I really love just being able to do it at home, and I can just do whatever I want, put a movie on, sit on the floor, whatever it is, and just get into it, and it's just really satisfying. I just really love it. So that is all I have to say. Again, I am not a nail tech. I'm not a professional. I'm just filming this because maybe some of you guys have been a bit desperate in isolation and you've taught yourself some things. I've taught myself a lot of things in isolation. I'm going to continue to do my nails myself. Probably going to save a lot of money. It's way more fun and I can do it whenever the heck I want. If I want to do my nails at 1 o'clock in the morning, I can. So let's get into the video. Again, I'm really sorry if it's all over the place. I've never filmed like this before. You guys have no idea how hard it is to film like this and like this at the same time. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's jump into it. Okay, so the first thing that I do is go ahead and grab some nail polish remover. This one is just standard nail polish remover that you can get from I think I got it from like Priceline or something. Nothing fancy. I have always just gotten acrylic nails and I just go ahead and put like OPI over the top. I've never asked for like gel or shellac or anything like that. Nothing that needs a UV light because they can be expensive, and honestly I don't know if I'd be able to do that in isolation anyway. Teaching myself acrylics was hard enough. So yeah, first thing I do is just go ahead and remove my nail polish. You guys may also notice that I have a lovely rainbow nail, and that is because I had my niece's rainbow unicorn fairy birthday party rainbow explosion that you may have seen on Instagram, and she put a rainbow sticker on this finger, so that's what that is. I don't know how I'm gonna get it off, but we're gonna give it a red hot go. Okay, so the next thing that I do once I've taken off all my nail polish is I go ahead and file my nails down. So I actually got this nail file from Amazon. It is a JSDA Power JD700E file, which is an electric file. So basically it's just going to help me file my nails much quicker, much faster than if I did them by hand with a regular nail file. This one I actually really like. It's super easy to use. It's got a forwards and backwards button, which I find really useful when I'm swapping to my non-dominant hand. That way I have a lot more control. It also has a dial which increases the intensity of the file. Again, this is great when I'm working on my natural nail, and then when I'm switching over and working on acrylic, I can up the intensity a little more and then keep it low when I'm doing my natural nail. It actually comes with a foot pedal as well, which I haven't used yet, but I think if I was doing someone else, maybe it would be a little more useful. I'm just fine using my hands to turn it on and off, but a foot pedal could also be quite useful. It also came with these drill bits. Now, in all honesty, they're not great. The arbor bands, which are these ones at the top here, they're really quite good, but the other drill bits, they're okay. They'd get the job done, but they're just not very intense. I did order some other drill bits and some bits and bobs from Joy and Mia, which I have been loving their Instagram. Unfortunately, the shipping has been an absolute nightmare. It's been a month and they still haven't arrived. I was hoping they would have arrived for this video, but what can you do? It's coronavirus, so, you know, whatever. But yeah, if you are wanting a more intense drill bit, you might have to buy that separately, but this is just what came with it. Before I jump on in with the e-file, I'm actually going to go in with this regular file and shorten my nails. They have grown out quite a bit, so I just want to make sure that I'm filing them down to a length that I like. Now that I have got my nails down to a length that I'm happy with, I'm going to go ahead and take my e-file and I'm just going to go around every single nail and make sure I get every little bit of lifted acrylic. You want to make sure you get every little bit of acrylic that is lifting up as much as you possibly can. That way you're not leaving yourself open to getting anything like greenies or any gross things in there. You just want to make sure it is as clean as possible, get everything up that you can. I actually have a nail that is totally lifting, so I really need to be careful that I remove all of that lift. Once you have got every little bit of lifted acrylic, now you can go ahead and grab an arbor band, pop that on your e-file, and then you want to very, very lightly on a low setting buff up the natural nail. This is just going to prepare it for applying acrylic a little bit later. Make sure you do use this on a really low setting. You don't want to hurt yourself, so keep it as light as possible. Okay, so I have decided that I'm just going to do my thumb to show you because it's going to take 1,000 years if I sit here and do all of my nails and explain the process to you. So I'm just going to do my thumb. Now that my thumb has gotten rid of all the lifted parts, it's all buffed and ready to go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab my Bond. This is an acid-free primer. It came with the kit that I got on Amazon. This is just going to kind of dehydrate and prime the nail ready for acrylic. If you guys are wondering what kit I got from Amazon, I will link it down below for you. Of course, I always try to link everything I can, everything that's mentioned in the video. So if you've got any questions at all about what I'm using, check out the description and I'm sure you'll find it there. So now what I'm actually going to do before I go in with acrylic is I'm going to shape it a little bit. The reason I'm doing that is because there's really no point in me adding acrylic that I'm just going to file away. So I do like to shape before and after I add acrylic to my nail. I just find it so much easier to do it and just makes things way simpler when you go to do the completed look. So I have actually grabbed this Sigma brush holder. It's empty, but it just really helps me to rest my hand on when doing nails. Not so much my thumb, which I'm going to be showing you today, but I just wanted to show you this because I feel like having something to rest on really helps when controlling that e-drill. Sometimes the e-files can be a little bit crazy, especially if you've never used them before. So just take it easy. This definitely helps get some cylinder or something you can rest your hand on. It just gives you way much more control. Now the fun stuff, we're gonna go in with acrylic. So I've got a bunch of acrylics here. This all came in the same kit that I got from Amazon. There are a bunch of different colors. So I'm gonna actually have a little play today. My idea is to attempt an ombre. I know, what the heck, but I'm gonna try it. So I think today I'm gonna stick with the pinks and the white, obviously, to do the ombre. So I'm gonna start off by just popping on some of that white. This is the brush that I've been using and I love how it comes to a really fine tip, but it can still kind of fan out and be quite thick if you want it to. I just really love how the brush is. I don't really have any comparison. It's the only brush I've ever used, but I do find this one really handy in that it can be really, really fine when you need it. I did do my mum's nails and she has really short little tiny little nails, so I really use that pointy edge to get in there and get all the little grooves of my mum's nails. So this is the nail liquid that I'm using. It's by NSI. Again, it came in the kit that I got. Another name for nail liquid is monomer. This is what you're going to mix in with your acrylic powders, which helps it to be what you know it to be, which is that hard acrylic. So this is very important to have this as well as your acrylic powders. So I'm going to go ahead and take my monomer or nail liquid and I'm just going to pour it into this little glass dish. You really don't need that much, so a little bit goes a long way. The other thing that you want to make sure you have is some paper towel. I just like to fold mine in half and place that on my working space. This is what I am going to clean my brush off onto so I don't ruin my towel and I don't get acrylic everywhere. I like to clean my brush in the monomer when I first get started. I just dab a little in there and wipe it off. I'm going to try and keep everything as close as possible for you guys. So I've got a radiant pink, a blush pink, a rose pink, and a white. I'm actually going to test out these colors on my paper towel as well so that I can choose the right color that I want for this ombre. So this is the first color, which is called Rose Blush. Okay, I think purely pink is the color that we want. It's a smaller little one, but it just seems to be the right color. So these are all the different colors that I have. As you guys can see, they do vary quite a bit. So make sure you guys have the color that you want. Okay, so I've got my monomer here. I'm going to firstly leave the pink aside, and I find it really important to keep your lid on so that you don't get any little flyaways and things inside your acrylic because it's just going to ruin it. I'm going to go in with the white first and foremost. So I'm just going to take a little bead to start off with. Okay, so white can be quite quick drying, so you want quite a wet bead when you do this. I like to let gravity kind of help me a little bit too. And even though this looks a little bit messy, we're going to go over the top in pink anyway, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. I also like to make sure I'm looking at it from all angles, and it just looks like it needs a little bit more in the middle, so I'm just going to take a really small bead and pop that right in the middle. And then I'm just going to pat over. So there you go. So that is what I have thus far. I know it looks a little bit crazy, but we're going to go over the top with pink. So don't worry too much if it does look messy where the blend is going to be. Now I'm going to grab some of that pink. I'm going to focus on the cuticle area and then bring it all forward. If I go over the white, I'm actually not too concerned about it because I do want it to look quite ombre. So if a little bit of pink is all the way to the edge, I don't mind. Now, once you're sure that the acrylic is nice and dry, I sometimes will tap it, and if it's quite clicky, it's good to go. Then you will just want to grab your e-file and smooth that surface as best you can. Make sure that it is really nice and smooth. A way that I can tell that it is perfectly smooth the way that I want it is what will happen when you're going over the surface of the nail back and forth. You can kind of feel any ridges and bumps. So just make sure that they're nice and smooth. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and shape it a little bit more. We did shape it before we added the acrylic, but you want to shape it again just to make sure it is exactly how you want it. Okay, so now that I have filed it and buffed it exactly the way that I want, I'm enjoying the shape. I think the shape is perfect. We are good to go ahead and grab our cuticle oil. You just want to rub this in to the cuticle, obviously. It's also going to help get up any little bits of dust that have gotten into your nails or any little bits of skin. Then you want to go ahead and wash your hands before we apply polish. Here is a little before and after for you guys. of what my thumb was like before and how it is now. This is before polish. Okay, so now that I have washed my hands, I'm going to pop on a little bit of polish. Now, I actually like to use Bubble Bath, which is by OPI, and it is a very sheer pink, so it's not going to disturb the design that we've done, but it's almost going to help it blend a little bit because I'm not perfect at ombre. I gave it a good hot go, but it's certainly not perfect. So this is just going to help it blend a little bit more. And then once that layer dries, I'm just going to go in with my OPI Infinite Shine Gloss Brilliant Top Coat. This is just going to make sure that they are nice and shiny, and I find that it just helps the longevity of my nail polish as well. Okay guys, so that is how I have been doing my nails while in isolation. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. Again, I want to reiterate, I am not a nail tech whatsoever. I'm just having fun, I'm learning along the way. Again, I will link below some of the great videos that I have learned from and all the products that I have used today. Here is a little before and after shot. Alright you guys, so that is it for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that it might inspire some of you to get doing your own nails, but again, I'm not a professional, so if you do think that you need a little bit of advice before diving in, I 100% recommend doing that. Do not do someone else's nails before you have at least done your own or practiced on a dummy hand or on some paper, whatever it might be. I cannot stress that enough. I am not a nail tech. Alright you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a big thumbs up if you did. I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you in my next video, if not sooner.